Messi, what a turn! Messi! Final decision, no ball!
Welcome to Instant Replay for MLS Matchday 7. I'm your host, Andrew Wiebe, and as always, we're taking a closer look at the most controversial refereeing decisions in Major League Soccer. Let's start with Sunday Night Soccer. Miami, Toronto. I was on the sideline for this one, and there were some big moments. We start in the 29th minute. Telesco Segovia is slotting this one low and to the side of Sean Johnson. Inter Miami have a goal. Yes? No. The flag is up from AR Jeremy Hansen. Why? Well, rewind just a little bit and watch Luis Suarez on the initial entry ball right here. Yes, Suarez is leaning offside, and Hansen spots this live, gets the flag up, and the goal is correctly ruled off. Well done to the crew on this one. To the 39th minute we go. Miami think they have another goal. This time Lionel Messi is doing what Messi does. Bang, left foot, bottom corner, celebrations, only hold on. VAR Daniel Radford spots something. What does he spot? Let's pretend we're the VAR. First of all, is Jordi Alba onside on the initial ball in behind? Yep, right down the line, he's onside. Second, does Lionel Messi foul Nixon Gomes? Ah boy, it's hard to tell based on this live angle. Third, does Messi foul Davy Flores? I'm not so sure about that one. It would be soft if so. Now let's take a closer look at these replays. And right here you can see what Radford spotted. It's the Gomes potential foul. That's more than just potential, folks. Watch Messi step on the right foot of Gomes. That takes down the Toronto defender. After Rubio Vasquez, the referee, takes a look at the monitor, he rules the goal off, and that's absolutely correct. And I can tell you, from my vantage point on the sideline, that Vasquez went to Messi, made the explanation, and Lionel Messi did not argue. He seemed to know he committed a foul on this play. Well done to Radford. Now, here's one that's slightly more complicated. First half stoppage time, almost into the 50th minute here. Messi is gonna score again. Yeah, left foot, bottom corner, you know the drill. But Taylor Twellman correctly pointed out what we all see here, right? And that's Lujan with an arm raised high, committing a handball offense that does not get called on the field by Vasquez. Federico Redondo recovers that ball, settles himself, begins to push upfield, and hits the ball to Alba that eventually leads to the goal. So one thing we are not going to debate, whether or not that's a handball. For me, it's clear. Lujan makes himself unnaturally bigger, look at the position of the arm, and it clearly hits him in the arm. The question is, when does the attacking phase of play start? In other words, can Radford go back and recommend review based on that handball offense? Or does the APP start after? Though the APP may, per the laws, start when you gain possession, it doesn't have to. And for me in this case, the attacking phase of play actually starts when Redondo hits the ball forward. Now why is that? Because Toronto have had the opportunity to reset defensively. They're not at a disadvantage to defend what's coming. And look, possession in midfield, initially horizontally by Redondo and then with some forward momentum, does not dictate an attacking phase in my opinion. So for me, the APP starts when Redondo hits that switch and not at the handball offense moment. It's a clear handball. Had Vasquez called it live on the field, as I think he should have, we would not be having this conversation. Charlotte, Nashville. Charlotte FC have a goal disallowed for an offside offense. Kerwin Vargas thought he scored here. The flag goes up because of Brant Bronico way down the line in an offside position, who is judged to have an effect on the ability of Nashville to defend on this play, but I'm not seeing that. For me, this should be onside and a good goal. Sam Surridge is the defender with Bronico. I don't see Surridge involved in this play at all, or in a position to defend the header. He makes no effort to pursue Vargas. Bronico may be in an offside position, but I just don't see how he prevents anyone from playing the ball or impacts their ability to play the ball in any way. To me, that goal should have stood. In the end, Charlotte won anyway. Part of that winning effort came down to this penalty kick in the 83rd minute. Is Wilfred Zaha fouled here? I say yes, penalty. It's the push and extension from Andy Nahara with the left arm into the back of Zaha that does it for me. That's a clear foul. To Columbus, Montreal. Let's try to go rapid fire here because we have 4 plays. First of all, 33rd minute. This one goes to VAR and the monitor. Yeah, and there's a reason why. Caden Clark is leaning. That is offside. Now, first half stoppage time. Is Prince Owusu fouled? No penalty is the call on the field, and I see how you could argue it might be, but for me, there's just not enough contact. There's a little bump, but I think it's more shoulder to shoulder than anything else, unlike the Nahar play, and Owusu lets himself go. Play on. I'm good with that call from Alexis De Silva, the referee. In the 50th minute, I've got a good intervention from the VAR Soren Stoica on this one. Initially, this goal is called offside, but after going to review, De Silva says, hey, that one counts. And I agree. Looking down the line, for me, this is onside. And then 82nd minute, Montreal think they have a goal once again, but it is called offside, goes to the monitor, and yes, look down the line. Good use of VAR, clearly off on this play. No goal, good job by the referee crew. Red Bull Chicago, first half stoppage time. Is this a foul by Calvin Acosta? Oh, yes it is. He clatters Dylan Nealis to the ground. It's just clumsy. Good call by Jerry Marufo. And well done to Corey Rockwell in his 400th game. Bang on this offside decision that disallowed a goal for the New York Red Bulls. Rockwell's in good position, looks down the line, sees it clearly, makes the call. Well done. Quick one from Atlanta Dallas, 16th minute. This is the foul that led to the Miguel Almiron penalty. Does Osazi Urogide, the FC Dallas defender, foul Emmanuel Latte-Lath? Yes, he does. It's the two-handed grab/hug here that does it for me. I agree with referee Ricardo Fierro. That's a penalty. And Brandon Vasquez wants a penalty in Austin, Portland in the 80th minute. I understand what Vasquez is asking for here. I see the hands on the back. I just don't really see the extension and force of a push. So I'm good with Drew Fisher saying, not enough for me, no PK. And hey, Vasquez got another bite of the apple with this header. He just couldn't quite beat the goalkeeper. All right, let's take it back to Sunday for our final plays. New York City, Minnesota, 29th minute. The question on this Will Trapp goal is whether or not Matt Freese, the NYCFC goalkeeper, is obstructed. The goal stands, and I agree with that decision. It's a good goal for me. To me, there's a clear window for Freese to see the ball struck. What beats him is not any sort of obstruction, it's the deflection. Good goal, good job by the crew. This one's a little bit more interesting. On the field, there was a penalty call by referee Sergei Boyko on Michael Boxall for this challenge. But Tim Ford, the VAR, sends him to the monitor saying, Boxall got a touch on this ball. There's a clear and obvious error, no penalty. I'm getting at the Zapruder on this one, and you're going to have to too. It is ever so slight, but I'm pretty sure that I see the path of the ball change, especially through the angle behind and through the goal. But man, I really got to squint and focus, and it took me repeated watchings to come to that somewhat shaky conclusion. And once you've got to do that, when you're at the monitor, staring at the video for that long, I think you've got to accept that the clear and obvious threshold may not have been met. And that's why Boyko decides to stick with his call on the field and award the penalty kick. This is a tough one. I understand why Ford sent it down, and I also understand why Boyko stuck with his call on the field. I'm okay with the way it ended up, penalty. And we finish with a 30th anniversary San Jose DC instant replay shout. Did Matty Peltola foul the San Jose player here? Is the ball round? Yes, he did. Watch him reach out and catch that foot. That's late, that's a foul, that's a penalty kick. And that's all from Matchday 7. Big thanks to my editor, Aldo Medina, and my producer, Rich Hernandez. Remember, if you see something, say something, please. With the minute and the game and the situation, that would be helpful. I'm Andrew Wiebe. We'll see you next time.